Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Melissa. If you're new here, hi, welcome. How y'all doing today? I hope you're doing good. If you are new here, I speak about missing children in my channel. I also have a series called Gone Too Soon, where I speak about celebrities who have passed away. And now I'm starting a new series called Adult that have gone missing. So this is my first video on that series. I'll be speaking about two adults today. I'll be speaking about Mary and Kevin. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna be talking about Mary first. Go ahead and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you do subscribe, make sure you leave your name so I can give you a shout out on my next video. So she went missing at age 38 years old. Her height and weight is 5'7", 145 pounds. Her vehicle associated with this case is a 1982 Chevrolet Cavalier account for, so I'm guessing they found it. Caucasian female, brown hair, brown eyes. Mary's nickname is Mary Pooh. She had a surgery scar on her abdomen due to a glass stone operation and a pudendary, a scar on her right thumb for 4 previous stitches, and ptosis on both of her knees and elbows. Her eyes are pierced. Mary was a chain smoker at the time of her disappearance in 1984, and disappeared she wears from dentures. So Mary was an employee at a house cleaner in Charmin, Connecticut in 1984. She had a stormy relationship with her husband, Dominic Badaracco Sr., and had left him for short periods of time in the past. Shortly before her disappearance, Mary found out Dominic was having an affair. He had a history of infidelity as well as domestic violence. She decides to file for divorce. Mary's daughters last heard from her on August 19th. They report her missing on August 31st. Dominic claimed that he saw Mary for the last time on August 20th when she packed all her belongings and left their residence in the 20 blocks of Walkman Hill Road. One of Mary's personal items were located inside the house by her daughters. Her 1992 Chevrolet Corvette was parked outside of her home at the end of the long driveway. The windshields on the driveway side of the vehicle had been smashed inward, and stars of glass were on the front seat. A photo of the car is posted with this case summary. Mary's car keys and her wedding ring were placed on the kitchen counter. Her clothes were missing, as well as framed photos of her. Dominic claimed that he gave Mary between $100,000 to $250,000 to leave the residence, and as an informal settlement, he maintains that she simply packed her things and left after receiving the cash. Mary's daughter had a close relationship with Mary in 1984, and one of her daughters had just given birth to Mary's first grandchild, and the other was engaged to be married at the time. How other loved ones state she would never leave the vicinity without sharing her plans. Dominic told Mary's children not to tell anyone she was gone. When they reported her disappearance, he told the police she left him. He admitted having smashed her car windshield. The police decided not to seize the vehicle as there was no evidence of foul play. The car disappeared sometimes later and has never been located. There's no record of being sold or given away. A woman and her daughters moved in with Dominic less than a week after Mary disappeared. Dominic said he had moved in with his sister and was only renting his house. The woman, but he later married her. 2 days before Mary was reported missing, Dominic filed for divorce in grounds of abandonment. Divorce proceedings for Mary and Dominic took place in August 1985, 9 months after she vanished. Mary was not represented at the hearing, and Dominic continued to insist that she left their home after accepting his cash offering. There has not been any evidence of the cash or any trace of Mary's belongings since her disappearance. Mary's case was upgraded from a missing person case to a homicide in 1990, 6 years after she disappeared. Investigators received a tip from an informant that Mary was killed after members of the Hell Angels motorcycle gang issued a contact on her life. Dominic's son Joseph, who had a criminal record for arson, is a member of the gang. Reportedly, Joseph and an accomplice, Steve Kendall, killed Mary because she was going to go to the police with incriminating information about Dominic. Joseph was interviewed in prison, but he refused to cooperate. Kendall refused to be interviewed, but he did take a lie detector test, which he reportedly failed. He was later killed in a motorcycle accident. The tip has never been confirmed. No charges been filed in Mary's disappearance. Authorities searched the backyard of Ernest Dakashina's former home in September 2007 and also brought him to the search site. He said he knew Dominique, but he had nothing to do with Mary's disappearance. Some buried cars were located during the search. On April 2008, Dakashina was charged with a misdemeanor count of interfering with the police investigation in Mary's disappearance. Authorities state he gave false leading information to the police. At the trial, authorities defined Dominique as the prime suspect in Mary's presumed death. Dakashina was acquitted at the trial in May of 2009. Dominique was convicted of attempting burglary in connection with Mary's disappearance. In June 2013, he had attempted to interfere with the grand jury probe into Mary's disappearance by offering the president judge $100,000. He was sentenced to 7 years in prison. Mary has 11 siblings. She attended Dorby High School but dropped out at 16 to marry her first husband. They had 2 daughters and divorced a few years later. May worked particularly as a bartender and a house cleaning after the divorce and frequently changed residence. She enjoyed painting and drawing as a hobby. She married Dominique in 1970. He has 4 children from a prior marriage. Some agency may list Salisbury, Connecticut as a location of Mary's disappearance. Her case remains unsolved. So before I put my opinion on this case, there's gonna the first few, I don't know how many are from Connecticut because I'm getting my information from the Cherry Project website, and so I'm going by state. So there's gonna be a lot from Connecticut, and then it will change to another state. So with this one right here, first of all, I don't know why would you offer a jury or a judge money to not put you, that's just going to put you in trouble. That's just my opinion. I do think he's saying more than what he knows what happened. He knows the truth. And I hope that one day someone that knows him comes forward. They may be scared because of who he is, and what if it's true that his son is in this bike thing, group thing. He could have. I mean, this is really thing, but I do feel like he knows more than what he's saying. I don't think, me personally, why would you supposedly give your ex-wife that is trying to leave you money to leave your house, and then you marry somebody else? Mind you, you say you were renting the house, but then you marry somebody. It's just his story does not add up. It doesn't add up. I feel like the police they kind of messed up on this case because they should have taken the car. They could have found any type of evidence, blood, anything. Mind you, it was a long time ago. I don't know how that worked, but they could at least found something. They could have searched for something, and it just sucks. I think if they would have taken the car instead of leaving it there, I think they would have found at least something that could have gave them a clue, because there has been cases that you could prosecute somebody without the body. As long as you have physical evidence, you can prosecute someone without the body, and there's been a lot of cases that has been successful on that. So I think that's where they messed up really bad. They should have taken the car, and now the car is, who knows where it's at. So we're going to talk about the second case, and now we're going to be talking about Kevin John Belknap. He was 50 years old when the case happened. His height and weight is 5'10", 185 pounds. It's long sleeve shirt, dark color twill, darker pants, black socks, black shoes, and a watch. Blue 1988 Vicky Sauber. That's a car. I don't know if I don't even know if I said that car right. Caucasian male, carrying brown hair and brown eyes. Kevin was last seen at his residence in the vicinity of the 20 block Oculta Street in Saginaw, Connecticut at 5 p.m. on April 8th, 2001. He had just gotten off of work. He was never been heard from again. Kevin Blue, 1988 Bert LaSabra, was later located abandoned in the vicinity of a watch hill in Wesley, Rhode Island. The vehicle was unlocked and Kevin worked. The uniform was on the seat. There was no sign of him at the scene. Kevin's wife reported him missing in 4 days after she last seen him. He was a blackjack dealer in the Foxwoods Report Casino. At the time of his disappearance, his case remained unsolved. And that is the case of Kevin. I don't know why his wife waited for 4 days to report him missing. I know that back then, and I think it still happens today, that you have to wait like 48 hours to report somebody missing, which is not the case. You do not have to wait 48 hours. Whether it's an adult or whether it's a child, you do not have to wait for the 48 hours. You report them missing person as soon as you realize they're missing. This does not have a lot of information. If they have problems, I hope that was not the case, or I hope she just thought that it was like, oh, well, he went to go play at the casinos, and he could have had been that he's done this before, where he would leave days without coming back. I don't know. I really don't like to go to the casino. I've only gone like one time and I hated it. But this one I really don't think that could have had that been the case. And how did his car get all the way over where it was? Like, and then I'm confused because he just got out of work and then his uniform was in the car. Mind you, wouldn't you have to go home to change and then leave? That's just me, because I remember when I used to work at a restaurant, I would have to go do something. If I had time to go, if I had time, I would go home and change and then leave. But I wouldn't want to go somewhere with my uniform unless I really have to. That is it, guys. That is the case for today. I hope y'all will like this series or enjoy hearing these stories. I will do the same thing that I do with my kids. I will put all the information of who you could call. If you have any information, please go ahead and call. I would like to see if y'all have any cases that y'all want me to speak about, missing cases. Let me know.